already seen what can happen upstairs this evening. But we stopped them. Held them. Took the trigger away from them.
The trigger?
Yes, the final ingredient. A certain traditional nursery rhyme spoken in a certain room.
Mama, Daddy, no pictures. No pictures, Rebecca. Ring a roses, a pocket full of posies.
That's why we tore it out of the book. That's why we burned it.
A tissue, you don't fall down.
That's why Sapphire and I...
King has sent his daughter to fetch a pail of water. A tissue, you don't fall down. Wedding bells are ringing, the boys and girls are singing. A tissue, you don't fall down. The bird upon the sea pulls the tie about the peak. A tissue, you don't fall down. The cows are in the meadow, lying fast asleep. A tissue.
All irregularities will be handled by the forces controlling each dimension. Transuranic heavy elements may not be used where there is life. Medium atomic weights are available. Gold, lead, copper, jet, diamond, radium, sapphire, silver, and steel. Sapphire and Steel have been assigned.
Ringing our bells, wedding thee, singing our girls and boys thee, tissue up, down fall all we. Ring a roses, a pocket full of posies, a tish, all four.
Child memorized the rhyme.
Yes.
How many more have you learned? You keep her with you at all times. Has the child other dolls?
Yes.
Downstairs?
Next floor down, yes.
You find her one from there?
Is that the way my mother and father disappeared?
Yes. And you almost went the same way. So until I say differently, this whole part of the house is out of bounds.
But my mother's still in that room!
Not anymore.
But I heard her! I heard her voice! I heard her!
No.
I did, in that room!
It wasn't her.
Of course it was!
Tell me what you saw.
In the room?
Yes.
Well, I saw lots of things, different things.
People?
Yes, people and things. But all very quickly. Well, I didn't actually see her. I saw a shadow of her. Her voice. That's all. That wasn't her.
No.
Dad's coming home?
Not yet.
Soon?
Yes, soon. But I don't trust you. I mean, I can't trust you, either of you. I don't know who you are or where you come from. How can I trust you?
You have to. First a wall, then a room. You have to trust us. Come on. Breakfast?
I'm not hungry, thanks.
What is it?
What?
What can you see?
Nothing. Just looking, that's all. Oh, I almost forgot. He still wants you. He asked me to tell you.
Yes.
He's at the top of the house.
What does he want me for?
He's not likely to tell me, is he?
I sent a message.
No.
Rob, what do you...
Shh. Put this on, Helen.
Daddy, I don't want to.
Put it on quickly.
I'm eating my breakfast.
Well, you can leave that. Here.
No!
Shh. Please, Helen, we've got to be ready.
Ready?
We're leaving. The policeman's coming. Upstairs just now. I looked out of the window. I saw the ferry crossing the bay. The policeman's car was on it.
Oh.
He has to be coming here. There's nowhere else.
Are we going with him?
Yes, so hurry.
Did you tell Sapphire
Tell her what?
about the policeman?
No, I didn't. Come on.
But you'll be cross.
Come on, Helen.
You should have told
They're nailing up the door of your room, Helen. Nailing it. So that no one can get in. And no one can get out. Is that the way to bring Mum and Dad back? It's all right. The policeman's coming. It's all right, Helen. Listen.
I didn't even speak to him.
I didn't think you had.
Well, this time it's worse than the ship. This time it can think, it can reason things out.
What kind of things?
Method. Listen. Like a record that's stuck, isn't it? It's not, it's marking time. Boy must have heard the car.
Yes. I'm sorry, he just doesn't trust you.
Does he trust you?
A little.
Yeah, you're You're supposed to be the diplomat, aren't you?
Amongst other things.
You're supposed to be the one that sweet talks kids like that, reassures them.
I manage.
So that we can get on with the job and win the battle.
It's nearly here.
And the last thing we need right now is someone coming here who doesn't know. Being helped in turn by someone who doesn't understand.
Will you handle that policeman?
No. You do it.
Stay there. I have to do it. It's my home. I live here. I have to tell someone else.
Are you speaking for both of you?
Yes.
I don't think you can. Come on, Helen.
Doesn't matter.
No?
No. I'm still going to tell him about my parents, about that room up there, about the things I saw in that room.
Do you think he'll listen to you?
Yes. That policeman knows me.
Go on then. Try to tell him.
Hello, Rob. Hello, Rob. Hello, Rob.
I can keep that going for as long as is necessary.
Hello,
Just
Rob.
as long as it takes to prevent you from talking to
Hello,
him.
Rob.
It could take ages.
Hello, Rob.
So be fair.
Hello, Rob.
I'm sure the poor man has better things to do.
Hello, Rob. Hello, Rob. Hello, Rob. Hello, Rob. Hello, Rob. Oh. Yes? Oh, that's strange. What is? Well, must have been the long drive up here. But I could have sworn Well, I thought that door had already been opened for me once. No. Only after the call last night, I thought I'd come over and see if everything's all right.
Well, everything's fine.
Good. And you are?
A friend of the family. Here for some peace and quiet.
Well, that's all right then.
But how can you do it?
I just did it.
But how?
Doesn't matter how. Do you want me to start it all over again? He'll be gone soon, so why don't you give him a chance to get on with his business?
This is his business.
No.
All right, then suppose I run to that window and climb through.
Well, I'd probably see you. I might make you spend the next few hours climbing through the window and not getting anywhere.
If you can make time go backwards...
Who says I can?
You just did it, out there. And what you did last night when you kept changing into different clothes.
The changing of the clothes was an illusion. They were just things I'd worn in the past. I was projecting an image for you, that's all.
But out there just now, that wasn't an illusion, was it?
No.
That was time. You were making time go back.
Yes. Now sit down and get on with the breakfast.
Then why can't you take it back 24 hours or
A
more?
little bit more milk.
Why can't you take it back to just before yesterday when my parents were still here?
I haven't the power to take time back that far. If I had, don't you think I'd have done it?
I suppose so.
Imagine a rubber ball. Imagine a rubber ball bouncing. Now, the first time the ball hits the ground is the incident. And the bouncing that follows is just the echo. Momentum. And I'm able to keep the momentum going for a little bit longer, that's all. Just long enough. It helps.
Does anyone have the power to...
What?
Well, to take time back further?
Something does, yes.
Something, not someone.
Something.
Whatever's in that corridor.
Mm-hmm. It can take time backwards or forwards or sideways or any way, if it's allowed to. Only there's no sense to it. Not sense as we know it. And no purpose. Only its own purpose.
What I saw in Helen's room...
Oh, it's just a fraction, just a peep. But stopping it whenever it happens is our job, and that's all we're doing here. So will you please stop fighting us and try to believe in us for once? We're all you've got on your side. First a wall, then a room. What then? A house, a road, a village, a town. What next?
I need a room to work in.
What sort of a room?
Would you know which is the youngest room in the house?
The youngest?
The last one to be built.
My father had a small extension built last year, an office.
Show me it, please.
When you said you did a job like this once on a ship,
Yes.
what happened?
We had to sink the ship. For its own good, of course.
Only it's not as easy to sink a house.
This is much better. What about this? 40, 50 years old?
1938.
And this. Now, that must be all right.
Six to 8 months, most of it.
Most of it?
There are some recycled elements there. One of them's a good 100 years old.
So nothing's safe.
No?
Rob?
Yes?
Everything.
What?
I want an empty room. They do clutter their lives, don't they?
Sorry.
Would you get the waste paper basket?
What was the trigger?
What?
Well, when you said that time broke through here, in Helen's room, you said there was a trigger, a final ingredient to make it happen.
That's right.
Well, what was the trigger, the final ingredient on that ship?
Oh, an out-of-date ship's log. The captain had a weakness for nautical heritage.
Oh.
He collected old things from ships.
Not so silly then, are they?
Who?
These creatures that are trying to break through the time fabric. A ship's log at sea, a nursery rhyme in a child's room. It sounds to me as if they know what they're doing.
What's wrong?
Just something the boy said. Reminded me of something you said earlier on.
Me?
Yes. About methods being used.
Rob? Rob? Rob!
And downstairs. Upstairs.
Mum?
Just what on earth is going on, Rob?
Oh, Mum!
Will you open this door at once, please?
Of course! Oh, I forgot, it's nailed up.
Nailed up? What do you mean nailed up? What have you been doing?
Look, Mum, let me
You
explain.
will explain when I'm out of this room, so just open it, will you, right now?
I will, Mum. Helen's gonna be so pleased.
Will you open this door?
Yes, Mum, just wait. I'll fetch Sapphire and Steel.
There's no need to fetch them.
How do you know them?
Well, whoever they are, I don't know. Friends of yours, I suppose. I don't know them. Now, please open this door.
But I can't open the door without
Of
help.
course you can. It's very simple. Just kneel down by the door, just outside the door. Come along, Rob. Kneel down by the door. It's easy enough to open the door. Easy enough to let us out.
How?
You just put your face close to the door. Come along, Rob. You can do it. That's right. That's fine. Now then, all you have to do is to say a rhyme. A nursery rhyme. An old one. Any one, providing it's old. Well, can't you remember one? Then just say it, Rob. Just say it. Say it.
I can't.
Say it.
I'm too old to say nursery rhymes.
Well, then, let's call it history. Now, you're old enough for history, aren't you, Rob?
Yes.
And a lot of nursery rhymes are a part of history. I've always taught you that, haven't I, Rob?
No!
So, say the one that's in your head.
Which one?
The one that's in there now. Don't lose it, Rob. Think of the soldiers.
Soldiers.
Climbing the stairs, swords in their hands, searching for people.
Goosey, goosey,
That's
gander!
the one.
Where shall
Where shall I?
Whither shall I
That's
wander?
it.
Upstairs and downstairs.